Hello, I'm Kirk Williams.
And I'm Nikki Black.
And welcome to A Second Take. This time we're going to take a second look at Wrath of the Titans and Mira. Let's talk about Wrath of the Titans though first.
Okay.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go right ahead. You're on a roll.
Oh, I am? I'm on a roll. Okay. I hope I don't roll over this movie too hard because, well, anyway, Wrath of the Titans was directed by the same guy who directed The Killing Room and Battle Los Angeles. Basically, this is a decade, Perseus, the son of Zeus or whatever his name was. It's a decade after he killed the Kraken. He's trying to lead a simple life and just to be a simple fisherman with his son, and basically whole bunch of other stuff goes down. And that's probably about all I really care to remember about this wonderful movie. It's bad attempts at humor. And the funny thing about this, I actually took my 11-year-old son because I thought this would be like a cool movie to go see with Dad. You know, some punching and some fighting and stuff.
It does have kind of a father-son theme going on throughout the movie.
Depends what kind of father and son you're talking about. Abuse. Anyway, that's what I felt like after I made him sit through this movie. He was like, he looks at me, he goes, "Dad, I'm sorry, but this movie really sucked."
Oh, even the kids didn't like it?
And I took another friend of mine, and it was for my son's birthday, and I was apologizing to him. I said, "Man, dude, I am really sorry I made you sit through this."
Yeah, you owed them ice cream after that.
I owed them something.
I mean, the movie is really... It's big, it's got all the bells and whistles, it's got all the CGI, it's got tons and tons and tons of CGI. It's got all the fight scenes, and it's a really weak story. It's a story that no one is familiar with,
Terrible
but
story.
they don't bother getting you familiar with it. They just kind of like stumble through it.
I liked Immortals better than I liked this thing. At least Immortals had more blood and guts, and it was creative killing. This was just... I mean, it was just some guy swinging a bunch of swords, and it was...
This was a lot of back and forth between the different scenes of nothing.
Nothing. Basically scenes of nothing. Now, the CG was good. That's about all I can take.
You know what I thought about this movie? I thought that if it was like 110 degrees outside, and it's summertime, and I'm dying of heat, and there's not much going on, I would go and spend 2 hours in an air-conditioned theater to watch this movie. But that's pretty much the only reason I would go to see this movie.
I would rather go just sit in the mall and watch people than watch this movie.
Borderline, honestly, depending on which mall.
Well, I don't know. Just as long as the mall had air conditioning and didn't have like those little fans that you see in church. It was bad. I mean...
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. It was like,
I wouldn't spend my neighbor's money on this. Moving right along.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't offensively bad. It just was like, it was...
I was mad.
Annoyingly.
Because you know what? I paid the extra money to see this thing in 3D, and afterwards I'm like, man, I should have saved my money and bought a hot dog on a stick and some...
The 3D, they did make pretty good use of the 3D effects. I mean, if you were just gonna sit there and watch a demonstration on 3D effects, there was some stuff that came at you. At one point I was like, I kind of felt like I was getting dizzy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just had nothing to do with the story and nothing to do with the movie, and the movie was still not worth it, even for the 3D effects.
Oh, and and what is it against? They can't find American actors? Are we like outsourcing our actors?
Oh yeah, we
I
are.
have to practice my British accent now.
No, that's because of the Screen Actors Guild.
Still bad.
Yeah, people don't want to have to pay the union fees.
Okay.
They save a fortune by filming out of the
1 to
country.
5, my fair lady.
2.5, 3-ish.
How do you say 0 in Britain? No, say 0, 1, 1. Don't even waste your time on a DVD. Take your family out to dinner or something. Take yourself out to dinner at Whataburger Big Burgers or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, for $13.50, where are you going to get a dinner?
Yeah.
Take yourself out to a taqueria for a good lunch.
Yeah, so you get like a 1, and that's because I don't like to give zeros because you spent so much money, and you got $6.50 for me, so spend it well. That's hard, I know. Moving right along.
Mirror, Mirror.
Mirror, Mirror. Julia Roberts.
Yep. Julia Roberts, Snow White.
Snow White. This guy directed some other cool stuff like Immortals. Director, was it Tarsem Singh? He did The Cell in Immortals.
He did The Cell and he did Snow White.
Yeah, Nathan Lane.
Okay. Wow.
Nathan Lane was good.
The Cell was like visually amazing, but deeply twisted. And this movie was just visually amazing.
Are you serious? They had the guy in there from, what was that, Jagger? He played the handsome prince.
Oh, the Handsome Prince was lame.
Yeah, he was also J. Edgar's handsome. No, not yeah. Hoover's handsome. Yeah.
That's where I
That's
saw him before. I was like,
right.
why do I not like this guy?
J. Edgar Hoover's handsome prince as well.
Yeah.
You didn't like it.
He's a terrible actor, and his character either needed to get really punched up or
This was a comedy.
it wasn't a good comedy. It wasn't a good comedy. It wasn't a good fairy tale. The costuming was phenomenal.
Yes.
I will absolutely, hands down, give it up for the costuming.
No,
that was
no
great.
3D, but the visuals were great.
Although I don't
Colors.
understand why Julia Roberts is practically wearing the same dress in every scene.
Because she's a queen.
Yeah, but it's the same gold dress. Days and days go by. Everyone else is wearing all these incredible costumes, and Julia Roberts is wearing the same gold
You're
dress.
noticing too much.
Well, you know why? Because there wasn't a lot of story for me to follow.
Well, but also remember this is a takeoff on Snow White. So Mirror Mirror, I went in there and I was expecting to see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in a kind of a rewritten fashion, but it actually is not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's a different take on it. And so for that reason, it was.
It's exactly Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs rewritten.
I can't give away any spoilers, but it wasn't. There's some parts. There's some parts.
It's all PC'd up.
Yes.
Did you notice Snow White's skin was pure as the driven snow, not white as the driven snow? The dwarves all had different names.
Yeah, that's what I liked
The dwarves
about it.
had names that weren't, considered derogatory.
That's why I said it was a takeoff.
Yeah,
So and
But
a good family
it was
film.
still pretty much the same story,
No.
Evil queen, Snow White, out in the woods. He doesn't have the heart to kill her. He tells her to run away. She meets the dwarves.
Yeah, but there's some other things that didn't happen in this film that actually happened in the story of
The
Snow White
things
and
that they
Snow
twisted
White
were
and the
so
Seven
like, meh. I mean, by then I was so over the whole movie. I'm like, oh yay, hurry up, come on, let's go.
Dwarfs. No, you know what? This is the movie I should have taken my son and daughter to.
And you just hit the nail on the head right there. If you got kids,
Family
go
movie.
for it. They'll love it.
They will love
It's
it.
spring break. Every kid in the theater was like, oh my gosh,
they
look,
might-
clapping.
They might not love it, but I liked the movie.
I'm serious. All the kids in my theater probably had like 20 kids in it, and they were all like thrilled with this movie. And I was like yawning and curling up
After
in my
the
seat,
Wrath
trying
of
not
the
to take a nap.
Titans, I felt this was a breath of fresh air.
I don't see how Wrath of the Titans being so bad made this movie
Did I say
any
great
good.
visuals?
I will take the Wrath of the Titans CGI visuals over the Snow White CGI visuals.
Anyway, I liked Mirror Mirror, but I'm also looking forward to, what is it, Snow White and the Huntsman?
That one I want to see.
That one I want to see too.
You know why? I don't have kids. This may come as a kind of a shock to no one, but I didn't play with dolls growing up, and I didn't like do that whole
Neither did I.
princess thing. And I'm not impressed by a fairy tale that's just a fairy tale.
But I still enjoy, if I'm going to break the head off my G.I. Joe, I want it to be done skillfully and with grace, and Wrath of the Titans just didn't do that for me.
Yeah, they were both failures as children's movies, I
So,
guess.
rate it.
Mirror Mirror, 1.5.
1.5.
One.
Ooh, we really split on this one. I like Mirror Mirror. It's not a don't miss, but I think it's a go see. You can take your family, you can take your spouse.
Take kids. It's the only reason to go to this movie. Take kids.
It was a good movie. Well, okay.
And Julia Roberts going from her fake highbrow accent into her like regular American accent back and forth was like the worst thing ever.
I enjoyed her British accent more than I enjoyed the other guy's British accent.
Nathan Lane was the only one who acted well in this movie.
But it's,
Oh, and I have to mention this. In the very beginning, my first thought when I saw that girl was, why, oh why are her eyebrows so thick? It's
Yeah.
driving me nuts. But at the end of the movie, it becomes painfully obvious when you see how they've got her hair up and the way her makeup is. They're just trying to make her look exactly like Audrey Hepburn.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the big, thick, dark eyebrows made her, black eyebrows made her look more Snow White, because she was actually really wasn't that white.
She wasn't very Snow White-ish.
No, she wasn't. Anyway. But anyway, so I liked the movie. You didn't like it. I give it a 4. You give it a 1.5. So take your family, kids, go see it.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's it. I'm Kirk Williams,
I'm Nikki Black.
and this has been a second take, and
Go see a good movie.
good movie, like Snow White. We'll see you next time.
We'll find you a good one.
Bye-bye.